Well, happy Saturday, folks. I started working on that waste oil heater finally today, or furnace, or whatever you want to call it. Today I was able to get I'd already cut the door out. I showed you that on a previous video. And we're not actually going to make it a door. It's just an opening so that we can get in and out of there to clean the pipe and the pot. You know, because you can't just continually run them. You got to clean them out now and again. So anyway, I'm kind of making this up as I go along. Yeah, there's YouTube videos on it. And that's where I got the idea. And there's some great things. But again, not a how-to. This is just what I did today. But I do want to show you what we did. So I'll flip you around here in a second. But anyway, we welded on the legs. I'm not putting, I'll just explain it to you real quick. I did angle iron legs on this thing, and I was going to bend them out so I had a nice surface to set on. But I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to set them on concrete block or pads or whatever, you know. As long as the surface is level, it's not going anywhere. It is, remember, going in my greenhouse. So I'm still dialing in on the needle valve, the gate valve, and my tubing. I have my main half-inch pipe in there that's going to basically act as a protective sheath around the copper tubing. But yeah, that's what we did today, and I'll just show you some things that we chose to do with ours. And you may like the idea, you may not, but I'll get you flipped around here so you can see what we did. All right, so down here, I sourced this pipe from a local welder, young gentleman. His name is Lance. He's a good dude. He gave me that pipe for nothing. So it may be a little small to what you see in some other videos, but we're gonna give it a try. The worst that can happen is it doesn't work. Anyway, in that brake rotor, I went over to Eli's and got that brake rotor for free. All right, so like I said in several videos, we're trying not to spend any more money than we have to. That used to be our water heater, and then see, us welded those legs on today. 4 of them, you get the idea. But we're just going to leave this door open here so that we can see how the flame's doing. This is our pan that'll go in there for the oil. But we had the old Hobart today kicking out live again. I'm not advertising for them. It's just what I like to use. It was affordable and it was a good welder. Is a good welder. So anyway, it's pretty simple. I actually forgot to show you that pipe, but it's a 1/2-inch black pipe. Just runs right down inside. Once I get all the pan, the fire pan, and this brake rotor and stack in there. Now I didn't weld the stack on there again. With it being where it's at, you know, down low like that, it'd be a pain in the neck to get off there and get everything out and cleaned. So I didn't want to weld that on there. I welded those angle irons on there so that you can, because it's just barely fits the hole in the center of the rotor, right? So what we wanted to do there was put those pieces of angle iron on there. So when you take the stack off, bring it out to clean it, when you get everything done, you set it back in there and you just push it right up in that little angle there, and it's perfect for filling the hole, or not filling, but covering the hole in the center of that rotor. So that's how I did it. Just I didn't want to weld it in there. It makes it too hard to get in and out of there and to clean. So as long as it's sitting there and everything's level and nobody's slamming into it, should be fine. And if you're slamming into a hot stove, it's usually not going to end well for you. It's going to be kind of a bad day. So anyhow, that like I said, I'm still working out the copper tubing, what I want to use. I want to use something small, but not too small. When we fill up our reservoir, I'm going to be building a reservoir. I don't know if it's out of a bucket yet. I don't know what I'm going to use. We'll figure it out as we go along. That's kind of what I do here, right? Is we just kind of figure it out as we go along. Use what we can so we don't have to go and buy a bunch of stuff. Like I said in another video, pretty soon there isn't going to be anything to buy. So you, at least that's what I think. And I think you should probably reuse it if you can. So that's what we do here. We're going to use whatever, some sort of copper tube, but we don't want to use it too small because used oil is usually dirty, right? And that's the reason you change your oil. So we're going to have to find a screen to pour it through, but we also got to keep our outlet valve for whatever reservoir we use up off the bottom a little bit, because no matter how good you strain it, you're still going to get some gunk in there. Well, knowing that, we don't want to use too small of a feed line because it'll plug up with gunk and then your heater won't work. And then you got to try and troubleshoot that, and that's just a pain in the neck because you'll have a regular gate valve out of your reservoir, and then you'll have a needle valve somewhere in between to regulate your flow, because you don't want it flowing heavy because it can't burn that fast, and you don't want it flowing too light because, well, then it won't burn at all. So there's a fine tuning there that I think needs to take place. We'll make it happen, but I just want to find the right combination here, and I'm running out of time. It's already October 8th. I've neglected this for far too long. I tend to be a procrastinator, but we don't have much time to finish this. Although I will tell you the greenhouse is completely done. This is what we're building for it to keep it warm this winter. That's the last thing I have to do. So whatever it takes to install this, right? That's what we're going to do. Keep the heat off the plastic, obviously. There's going to be all sorts of other things that we'll show you in other future videos. But, yeah, that's about it for today, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. And find something and create it. Build something. Enjoy your time. I mean, be creative and have fun. You know, I don't do things the way a lot of people would. Some of you might look at it and say, well, that's dumb. That's fine. I'm doing it for me and my family, not for you and yours. So, but hey, listen, enjoy yourself. Do fun things. Build fun things. You know, make something up. Have a good time. But anyway, we're going to close for today. God bless. Jesus saves. Love one another. And thank him for this day. This is a beautiful day. At least it is where I am. So, but every day is a gift. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll talk to you soon.